Brandon Auburn got some good news today, and that Carl Lawson is back on the practice field for the first time since the hip injury in the first half of the Louisville game. Not sure if he'll play or not this weekend against Ole Miss, but just having him back on the practice field is obviously a step in the right direction.
Yeah, and in these last 2 weeks, having him travel with the team has helped a lot too. I think from a confidence standpoint, he's a natural-born leader back there. The players really respect him, even though he's not been able to play. And now that he's on the practice field, I'm sure that defense is going to be amped up a little bit more. Now, in a previous video, we're talking about whether this defense is what it is now and what it's going to be in the future. I don't know how much of a jump we'll see when Carl Lawson hits the field again, but that's the question, James, is when is Carl Lawson actually going to play again? Because just because he's at practice doesn't mean he's going to play this week.
Absolutely. And look, I mean, we've talked about TJ Davis now for weeks as a guy who's coming off an ACL injury, different kind of injury for him, you know, probably more severe as far as keeping you out longer term potentially. But nevertheless, we've talked about him for weeks. He's been practicing. He hasn't been back yet. Also been dressed out, though, for home games at least. And I will say this about Carl Lawson, not just traveling just to be there for emotional support. I mean, at the end of the Arkansas game in overtime, he was right there in the middle of it after timeouts in the huddle and stuff. I mean, he was talking to everybody. So he was not just there just to cheer on and be a paperweight or something. He was really contributing to the defense. Now, can he contribute on the field, the tackles, etc.? This would be awfully difficult to come back this quickly, for one. And two, Laramie Tunsil back for Ole Miss. This is going to be a brutal challenge. If he were able to go up to come back, this would probably be the single worst matchup he could draw in a return game, because this is arguably the best tackle in college football, if not certainly the SEC. He's going to be a first-round pick, a top 10 pick in the NFL draft. This would be a brutal way to come back from an injury, to come back and face Laramie Tunsil if it is this weekend. We'll find out more as the week goes on, but bottom line is Carl Lawson back on the practice field is certainly positive news for Auburn.